Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. But before I get started, I started watching that new show, Fallout. And let me tell you something, this show is absolutely incredible. It takes place 200 years after nuclear war, and you could see how the elites think about the poor people. Also, while I'm watching this show, I'm thinking about why they put the XRP ledger in a nuclear fallout shelter underground. But I don't want to say too much about the show because I don't want to spoil it for any of you. But if you have the time, definitely check it out. And it gets better along the way. So we're looking at XRP on the 7-day chart, sitting here just above 50 cents. But I see people all over X saying, it's happening, we're breaking out. But we're just going sideways still. And if you look at the DXY, it's also going sideways right now. And people in the comment section said, come on, the DXY has nothing to do with crypto. But if you look at history, you see how the DXY predicts what's going to happen in the crypto market. So here's the DXY falling as Bitcoin rises. Bull run 2017. Once again, the DXY falls. Bull run 2020. I think the same thing is going to happen again, and that's why I'm always watching the DXY. The Bitcoin halving is also going to take place within the next 24 hours. I want to see what happens after the Bitcoin halving. And I'm always telling you, 2024 is going to be a massive year for crypto. Smoke sent this to me earlier today. 2024 is poised to be a pivotal year that has the potential to reshape the financial industry. So first, real cross-border wholesale CBDC transaction. This year, we anticipate the watershed moment of an inaugural real cross-border transaction involving wholesale central bank digital currencies to take place. And once that happens, I think we're going to see that become a normal thing. It's going to start to pick up. And all of a sudden, you're going to see CBDC moving from this country to that country all around the world. It's going to happen very fast. First, digital asset cross-border institutional liquidity corridor. The emergence of digital asset cross-border institutional liquidity corridors is on the horizon for 2024. Then they talk about tokenization as well. I think the second half of 2024 is going to be absolutely incredible. Right now, I think we're in the calm before the storm. Institutional adoption of cryptocurrency infrastructure is set to become business as usual in 2024. Business as usual, meaning it's going to be a normal thing. That's why I said 2024 is going to be massive. And Brad Garlinghouse was on Fox Business. Take a listen to what he was talking about.
This morning, joining me right now exclusively is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, it's great to see you.
Great to see you again.
Thank you so much for being here. First, assess where we are in this market because crypto is up huge in just the last couple of weeks, right?
Well, it's been up. It came down a little bit this past weekend. But I think if you step back here over the last 6 months, Bitcoin's up about 250%. I think you're going to continue to see tailwinds, partly because of the ETFs that have been approved, which you and I spoke about in Davos, but also the upcoming halving, which is imminent.
Yeah, it's a great point. The ETF introduction really broadened out the market in terms of potential users, I think, and people wanted to get in on it, so they bought an ETF to do so. But you recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, you know, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. It's a $2.5 trillion market. Maybe it's a little less than that now. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably underpredicted that.
So Brad thinks he underpredicted that, meaning that he sees the crypto market cap being higher than $5 trillion. I'm telling you, exciting times are ahead for XRP investors. Now, there's a lot of news, a lot of hype going on all over X that Gary Gensler retired. But this is the facts right here. It's been an honor to serve as SEC Gov Chair over the past 3 years. I've seen firsthand how the incredible staff at the SEC serve investors and issuers alike. It does sound like he's headed towards a resignation. But then he says, and we're not done. On our agenda, equity market structure rules and additional cybersecurity rules, among others. So he's not retiring. And that's all the hype right now. But if Gary was to retire, the crypto space, I'm talking every single cryptocurrency out there, would be popping off right now. That's how bullish that news would actually be for crypto. But Gary's going to continue to crush crypto all throughout this year. Tether is a non-US based entity, and the US frankly is going after that. Take a listen to what Brad says here.
The players in that space, particularly one called Tether, is a non-US based entity. And the US, frankly, is kind of going after that because they want this to be regulated. Just yesterday, there's a new bill introduced in the Senate to create some stablecoin legislation, which I think is a positive step of like, hey, finally, we might get some forward momentum there. But I think that market's going to grow a lot. I think a US-based player who is compliance first has a great role to play.
And that's why Ripple is creating their stablecoin. And he knows that the US is clearing the way for Ripple's stablecoin. That's why he said the US is going after Tether. As the crypto market hovers around $2.5 trillion in market cap, it's important to be aware of the value that currently exists in traditional finance, equity, debt, real estate. Crypto is only a fraction. Exponential growth to come to this new asset class. The one I want to point out is right here. Global real estate, $613 trillion. And as real estate starts to become tokenized, that value is going to end up on multiple networks, pushing the price of these cryptocurrencies. And, beyond that, you look at the global debt. Wait till they start tokenizing all that debt as well. We're early into crypto still. People don't like when you say early. It means that we have to wait a long time for these cryptocurrencies to really take off. But the wait is not that long. In fact, alt season is coming this year. Beyond that, we're going to start to see real value start to push these cryptocurrencies. That's what I'm waiting for. That's when things are going to change very fast, in my opinion. Gold will be one of the forms of value that XRP can transport. It will be very limiting on the overall potential utility of XRP to just peg its price to gold. Imagine a shipping container that can transport any valuable good, but only was used for shoes. Wouldn't make sense. Everybody wants XRP to be backed by gold or pegged to the price of gold. But that doesn't make sense to me because XRP is going to be moving so much value. And I think it's going to be priced a lot higher than the price of gold, especially once it's moving tokenized items across, moving it. Because there's going to be tokenized items moving all around the world in the future. Gold is just a way of giving XRP some sort of price point, but I think it's going to be worth way more than gold is what I'm saying. And it's going to be worth way more than any one country's CBDC as well. Ripple developers have introduced a groundbreaking proposal for a native lending protocol on the XRP ledger. Now, I talked about this, the lending pools, and I talked about borrowing also on the XRP ledger. But what I think this is going to lead into the future, and I didn't mention this in other videos, is think about banks getting money from like a liquidity pool, and then they lend that money to you, and that's how they would make money. But think about XRP holders lending out their XRP, getting passive income from their XRP as well. I think as time goes on, maybe we wouldn't even have to go to a bank for a loan. Maybe we could borrow directly from these lending pools in the future. I'm watching and waiting to see where this goes as well. I don't think we're seeing the full big picture yet. I think this is bigger than most of us even think. And this is just the beginning. The Brazilian central bank is developing Drex, a CBDC that will utilize DLT to facilitate various financial transactions and smart contracts. Drex will be settled on the central bank's platform, allowing regulated financial intermediaries to convert balances into Drex and provide smart financial services. This is expected to reduce costs, support financial democratization, and enhance transaction security and efficiency. Remember yesterday, Monica Long was talking about Brazil. And I think what we're going to see in Brazil is not only is it going to become a crypto hub, but Brazil's CBDC is going to end up on XRP Ledger. They're already talking about the unified ledger and built with RippleNet APIs already. When they talk about that unified ledger, you see it talked about in the EU. You see it talked about in the UK. The United States is also going to utilize a unified ledger as well when it comes to CBDCs. What I'm trying to show you is that everything is happening globally. It's not this country, that country. This is like a global push towards CBDCs. Global Blockchain Business Council partners with the Digital Pound Foundation. Like I said, global. GBBC is the largest leading industry association for blockchain technology and digital assets community. Launched in Davos in 2017 as a Swiss-based nonprofit, GBBC has more than 500 institutional members and 301 ambassadors across 117 jurisdictions and disciplines. Everything is pushing into global because we're going to have a level playing field all around the world. There's not going to be one country's currency running the show anymore, like we see with the US and its US dollar as the world's reserve currency. If anything, we're going to have a world's reserve currency that isn't tied to any one country. And every time they talk about global, it has to do with global crypto regulations, global stablecoin regulations, global cross-border payments. Everything is pushing in that direction. And that's what I've been trying to point out for so long already. Wrong and painfully so to my heart. MetaMan X says, clearly, David Schwarz is just an employee of Ripple Labs. His allegiance is to Ripple, not the XRP ledger nor XRP. He is what Steve Wozniak was to Apple and Steve Jobs. Listen, you could hate on XRP all you want, but there's no reason for this right here, in my opinion. David Schwarz clearly cares about the XRP ledger and XRP. He holds a whole hell of a lot of XRP. He helped create XRP. Also, look at how passionate David is when he talks about the XRP ledger, whenever there's something new coming to the ledger. You know, David Schwarz also likes to interact with a lot of people on X. And I think he definitely cares about the path forward for XRP. But this is the kind of stuff you see all day long all over X. Listen, if you hate XRP that much, and if you hate your investment into XRP that much, then just give up. Sell it, quit, and walk away. Why go to X every single day and vent your frustrations about your investment? And then you bring other people into it at the same time. Look at the way people talk to new investors just coming into this space. It's absolutely ridiculous at this point, and it's uncalled for. And you know, some people in this space are only out there trying to help others, trying to help them learn about their investment, trying to keep them positive along the way, like I'm always trying to do for all of you. But there's no reason to hate everything about XRP. In the coming months, these same people are going to be saying how great it is to be an XRP investor. But like I said, we're going sideways right now. I'm waiting to see where we go from here. And I'm telling you, by the end of this year, we're going to be looking at a much different XRP. Exciting times ahead. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.